Hi everyone, this is Jose de Gamboa. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm part of the Civics Committee and I was a constitutional drafter. Been working on this for a couple of years. And now the year's ending and we have the Constitutional Convention successfully approving the draft constitution with 95% of approval, it comes the time to discuss other things. The next big thing that we need to discuss is, of course, the net change limit, so that we can actually activate the budget. So the net change limit was something that was originally designed having the macroeconomic features of Cardano in mind. What policy should we adopt? So, for instance, should we have a philosophy where the treasury is going to be a long-term perpetual sovereign fund that will be there for Cardano community forever? Or is it more like a venture capital approach? So are we going to spend fast and make sure that if Cardano fails, it's not for lack of financial effort? And maybe we will, program the treasury for a lifespan of maybe 10 years or 15 years or any number of years that the community agrees to. Or are we going to think about something that should grow and should be managed and have some treasury management and should grow and become an asset for ADA holders or ADA owners? That's something that the community needs to come together and understand, even before that we think about the net change limit. Because the net change limit is designed to contain the speed at which the treasury is withdrawn, but more importantly, it is about regulating the speed at which new ADA or ADA that is currently frozen in the treasury comes into the economy, comes as part of the circulating supply. Of course, we have to differentiate what circulating supply is. So if you go to CoinMarketCap or other places, you'll see that circulating supply is just ADA that has been released at some point, regardless of if it's frozen anywhere. So it's not really circulating within the economy. It's frozen somewhere, so it's not really affecting prices. As many of you might know, prices are mostly determined by market forces, demand, supply. The higher the demand, the higher the prices. Or the higher the supply, the lower the prices. That's kind of how it works. So it was a good thing that we established that the total supply is going to be fixed at 45 billion. But that's not really what's more important. What's more important is actually how much of that ADA is actually circulating in the Cardano economy. And we do have now a certain amount of ADA circulating, which is good because the larger the total circulating amount is, the less volatile the price is to any specific change in supply. The net change limit is designed, again, originally thought as a percentage of the treasury that could be withdrawn in any certain period of time. So let's say, and it was actually thought as a percentage, not as a net amount. So we're not saying 100 million ADA or 200 million ADA or whatever number is it that we agree. It was designed to be established in a percentage of the treasury. So if we have 1.6, close to 1.6 billion ADA, and we say that we're going to withdraw, 10%, then it would be 10% of that 1.6 billion ADA. And it's not meant to be a fixed period. So it starts and it ends and then it starts a new one. It's meant to change. It's a moving period that it changes every epoch. So that percentage of ADA that can be released into the economy from the treasury is actually, if you say that you're going to release 1%, that 1% is only valid for, and you say it's going to be, let's say, 12 epochs, which is actually one of the original proposals was established at 12 epochs. So you're going to say 12 epochs, but in 5 days, one epoch later, it's going to release a little bit more money to be released into the economy. So it actually never lets too much money come at the same time into the economy, right? So you could approve a huge budget, but if you have a smaller net change limit as a percentage of the treasury, and a period that is actually smaller than the budget, you would be regulating the withdrawals, not the budget. Unfortunately, the guardrails and the current approved constitution says that the budget cannot be larger than the net change limit. The original intent was that the the total withdrawals could not exceed the net change limit. Now we are in the point in which we need to define, and most likely it will be a yearly budget, and it can be several budgets. So it's now more critical than ever to have this net change limits conversation. And I just wanted to give this context to everyone and spark a conversation that I know has been already put in motion by the budget committee and by others. So I'm very, very interested in knowing what everyone has to say on the net change limit, and help in the conversation so that we as a community can come together and figure out what is the best path forward. Hope everyone has a happy holiday season, and hopefully a great 2025. See you soon.